What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with the video right now. So I want to talk about Ryan Kerrigan. Has first interview this morning, with NBC Philadelphia with John Clark, which was pretty cool. And obviously Lane Johnson did surprise. He kind of came in with a little surprise. He wasn't in the video until later on, but kind of had made a little surprise appearance there. So obviously, Kerrigan, big factors here. Thinks the Eagles could still win. Thinks he can make a big impact here. Obviously talked about the Eagles being in the playoffs the past few years, and obviously the big Super Bowl. Thinks he can contribute. He takes on a Chris Long type role. Thinks that Chris Long was a big impact here and loves his game and thinks he can contribute here. Says that the Eagles fans didn't like him for 10 years, but that's a good thing because obviously he was doing his job. So he's hoping that the Eagles fans do embrace him. The big factor that came into him coming here, really Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham, been texting, calling back and forth with those guys and getting along with those guys pretty well. And obviously the coaching staff was calling him like crazy. Nick Sirianni, Jeffrey Lurie was sending him text messages. Howie Roseman was giving him calls. So obviously he felt very wanted on coming here, and just talked about the Eagles fans, how they traveled real well when he went to Lincoln Financial Field. And he said, quote unquote, Eagles fans giving him the bird and saying really bad things, and he just loved that and loved the passion, just loved the environment of the stadium. Obviously when he was there, obviously on the opposite side, but just could see the passion, and just the home games were really crazy. Talked about, having, 40% of the snaps last year, 5.5 sacks. And obviously when you draft Chase Young and Montez Sweat, and, it's part of the business and this is just what happens, but he's not taking it personally. So, that's there with that, but he thinks he has a lot left in the tank, guys. He still thinks he can contribute a lot. So Lane Johnson ended up joining this video later on, and obviously just talked about the battles. The biggest battle that you would look out for when you face Washington was for 10 years was Kerrigan and Lane Johnson, and that was the battle. It went back and forth. I mean, a lot of times Kerrigan's got 13 sacks on each NFC East team a piece, which is kind of crazy. And obviously they talked about their battles and what they bring to the table, and obviously it's gonna bring out some good for these other offensive linemen, the depth we have. Kerrigan's gonna obviously bring some competition, and I'm hoping that he does start opposite side of Brandon Graham and play next to Javon Hargrave, however they want to do it. But I think another thing he did like about coming here was Jonathan Gannon. He's young, energetic, and was asked about how they're going to use the defensive ends. Obviously with Jim Schwartz, it was just attack and try to get to the quarterback. Is there going to be a read and react with Jonathan Gannon's defense? He thinks there'll be a nice balance with it. But definitely likes the young coaching staff and what Jonathan Gannon brings to the table. So really, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. So I really do, Kerrigan is a class act, and does great things off the field, and obviously has a skill set that we can use in a really good rotation here. And God forbid, guys get injured or whatnot. Kerrigan could get more snaps if he could play a lot more snaps. So it was cool to see Kerrigan kind of talk about the Eagles and talk about the fan base, talk about the ownership, and talk about the players that are here. And really the top team that he thought that was going to be the biggest battle of the year every year was Philadelphia, because the offensive line has always been good for Philly. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. That's some news on Ryan Kerrigan's press conference for NBC Philadelphia with John Clark, and obviously Lane Johnson joined later on. So very excited to see Ryan Kerrigan play, and it's nice to hear from him. Obviously we'll get his, his presser for the, officially for the Eagles, hopefully soon. And, yeah, I'm very excited. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later. Chicks, what up? Follow us. Peace out, guys. Peace.